Go Bucs, go Bucs.
2015 NFL Draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jameis Winston.
Go Bucs, go Bucs. First and goal, we gotta tough it out. Get in the end zone and call a hot route. O-line of beast, might win the streak and have Humphreys run right underneath. You know it's Bucs ball, we got the hardest D. Bring the pressure to the QB, you know it's routine. We got hard grease. Welcome to Tampa, welcome to Tampa. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Reppin' for my team. Go Bucs, go Bucs. You know we want the ring. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Welcome to the Bay. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Tune in with Buccaneer Blake. Bucs back, we can run and talk. Mike Evans looking like Randy Moss, and Jameis making play after play. On the defense, you can't stop Levante. On my boy McCoy, who you can't avoid. At the Raymond James, you about to feel the pain. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. Go Bucs, go Bucs.
Can you feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man?
Go Bucs, welcome to the Bay. Go Bucs, go Bucs. In with Buccaneer Blake. Bucs back, we can run and talk. Mike Evans.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live edition of Buccaneer Blake Sports with your host, the one and only Buccaneer Blake himself. Bucs win in Atlanta. Huge road win. Of course, to start off the season, Bucs pull out a 31-24 win. The win by 7. I think we gave up an 18-point lead coming out of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. Atlanta started going on a run, and we finished the game by 7. Finished game strong, because normally last year and the years prior, we would give up games in those type of situations. It was that good win for the Eagles. Granted, it was the Browns, but a win is a win. You take it wherever you can get it. You can lose those games too. Winston was 23 for 33, 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception on a miscommunication, which led Atlanta to some points. Matt Ryan didn't do too bad himself, 27 for 39, 334 yards, and 2 touchdowns. A lot of that was shovel passes and passes to the backfield, because our pass rush was getting there. Again, I remember we talked about this before, people. It's not always about the end product. It's about getting to the product, or setting up that, which that would mean getting pressure on the QB. That is so important in this game. It's not just sacks. If you get the sack, of course, sack patties is what I always call them, but that's a good thing. Doug Martin got his thing with 18 carries, 62 yards, not a big day, but he made some first downs in critical situations when we needed. Russell Shepard had a nice turnaround. Atlanta essentially gave up on the run against us, and they started going to shovel passes and stuff, because, like I said before, the penetration was tremendous against their offensive line. Like, I don't know really how to feel about Atlanta anymore. Used to think of Atlanta as, a top contender and all that type of stuff. Now they fell by the wayside now, I guess. Since Winston came around, I guess we're not getting bullied anymore. We'll see what happens. Evans had 5 receptions for 99 yards and a great touchdown pass. Humphreys had a couple. Doug Martin had some passes. Charles Sims, if you haven't seen that highlight with Charles Sims, it was a freaking Madden play. You juke 4 defenders and break 2 tackles from another to go in to score. You wouldn't believe it unless you see it. Hey, Moore, I see you there. Congratulations on that win by the Raiders. Thank you for beating the Saints in the last minute in a nice, honorable fashion with a fade for the 2-point conversion and giving us first place in the division. Granted, me, I'm not trying to get too excited off one win. I mean, it's something for people in the Tampa Bay community to be excited about this team going in positive directions, watching from one year going into the next. Look how a year changes, looking at a team that was struggling in all aspects of a game and going into a game yesterday at 1 o'clock and looking totally different. What's up, Alex? Welcome to the show. You put up 31 points. Winston goes for 281 yards and 4 touchdowns, and only throws 10 incompletions. Yes, still would have been an incompletion call. Now I was going to talk about add the interception to it, and then that one deep ball to Austin Seferian-Jenkins, only pass of the game, 30-yard bomb for a touchdown. That was insane. How that ball was on point. And the other key part of the D, remember I told you before, they switch rotations. I was chatting with a couple guys on Facebook during the game. Remember I told you William Golston and Robert Ayers are the starting ends, and then they switch them, it would be Jaquez Smith and Noah Spence. Jaquez Smith might be out for the season with a knee injury, but it looked like it'll be Howard Johnson or one of the other guys stepping in to help out in that gap now. So that pass rush kind of got diminished a little bit in the second half because I guess Atlanta went into halftime and tried to pick up the pace and run no huddles like we were doing, so you can't swap in and out defensive linemen. If you noticed that how the pass rush and the pressure kind of slowed down because you were kind of wary of screens and the underneath stuff because we were, like I said, our pressure was so immense that their line just could not hold, so they had to figure out ways to slow the rush down. That's just good coaching on one hand and and a good adjustment by us too, because we came up with some plays that we needed, like Quan Alexander played out of his mind. I think at one point in the 440 had 16 tackles, and a lot of those were big plays on screen passes, quarterback runs, step-up runs by Matt Ryan. And so the team is really formulating, coming together. It's nice to watch this progress go. I know, I'm assuming you guys will watch it. You guys got other teams you like too. I'm going to get into that in a second. I got to talk about my team first. And it's nice to watch this team progress into something different. Like I said, if you're a Raider fan, you'll totally understand watching Derek Carr turn into quarterbacks of the future. These are the quarterbacks of the futures. I ain't gonna say Carson Wentz yet. He's just getting started. The Jameis Winstons, the Derek Carrs, the Marcus Mariotas, the who's the other young kid? You're looking at Dak Prescott now getting this chance. You're getting a chance to see all these younger quarterbacks come over for the new era. Jimmy Garoppolo got his thing going. He's not a rookie, but he's been sitting behind Tom Brady. He's going to get these 4 games to play and showcase what he can do. And it's nice seeing the progression of quarterbacks changing now. Now you guys get to see, out with the older guys and in with the new, so to speak. That's just the way the game goes. But quarterbacks can play, longer in this league now with the rules being how it is, except for the exception of week 1. If quarterbacks all took hits like Cam Newton was taken without penalties being called, they won't stay around very much longer. But I'm sure the NFL will try to adjust to that. But for me, it's like I said, I've waited a very long time to get around and watching my team finally get a quarterback, and I get to watch the progression of this going on with a tailback, with receivers. You're starting to fall these things into place, and it's going to continue to stay that way if you keep my 2 ingredients for success. I always keep saying, I'm going to keep saying it, and I'll say it again. Established head coaches, established quarterbacks. You can't keep changing them out. Cleveland Browns have yet to figure that out yet, or other teams like that. You keep swapping them in and out, you're going to be mediocre. But anyway, they played great. Robert Aguayo kicked balls in the end zone, got his field goals when he had the chance. We had 2 sacks. Robert Ayers had 1, and Gerald McCoy had 1. Gerald had a sack, but then it got negated. Well, I ain't going to say negated. The sack counted. They just added a penalty to the end of the sack for 2-player celebration, whatever gay rule like that it is now. You can't celebrate, you can't do anything now. So that's why you see a lot of players doing handshakes, because the league is like turning into not fun league. NFL, not fun league, is turned into that. And in a way I kind of can blame it, another I can't, because with these players trying to sue and everything as if they didn't know football has a risk. But that's a whole other thing. You watch the concussion movie, explain that theory altogether. So let's go into some of the other games after I talk about the Buccaneers now. I am tired of hearing about the Dallas Cowboys every freaking day on ESPN by Skip, by anybody else. Why do we constantly talk about the Dallas Cowboys as if they won the Super Bowl the past 20 years? And so I think Stephen A. pointed out something I've already said. Dallas Cowboys in the past 20 years have 7 winning seasons. So that means you have 7 winning seasons and 13 losing seasons in the past 20 years. But yet we talk about this team as if they're the Patriots or they're the Seattle Seahawks. Dallas Cowboys is not America's team. You can let that 90s stuff go. Phil, I ain't whining. It's just old and played out. Hearing them talk about it's like literally like with Skip on the show, he wants to make first. Well, now it's Undisputed, or one of his first take, the Dallas Cowboys show, because he's a San Antonio Spurs fan and a Cowboys fan. And yes, I know, Dan, he's with Skip. What was it called? Undisputed. And that's all they talk about. Like every segment, everybody wants to keep talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't won anything. They continue to not win anything. And they have more talent on the roster than us, but yet they picked before us in the draft. They have more talent on their team and picked before us in the draft. Whatever. Anyway, like I said, yes, it's good to see Victor Cruz finally get back after getting that contract. He get the salsa dance in the end zone. Odell Beckham and Sharp and all those kids now with the new regime and the Giants organization. I mean, say what you want, Tom Coughlin turns teams around. He was the one responsible for the success of the Jags, and Mark Brunell, old man Brunell, and Jimmy Smith. Those who know football, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Tom Coughlin was the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars at that time, and went over to Giants and got 2 Super Bowls. I mean, what more does he really have to do? You've established yourself as a winning coach in this league. Great job to you. You'll never go down in the Hall of Fame, but you'll definitely be remembered and brought up. Much like Pete Carroll, too, coming from a college organization where he was under NCAA sanctions. And yes, Fred Taylor too, NCAA sanctions, and ran out of there like a bat out of hell, like Chip Kelly out of Oregon, when the hammer was about to be laid down. As a matter of fact, I remember Marcus Mariota's quote as a high school kid. He said, Chip Kelly took a job in Philadelphia. He's like, he was just at my house, recruiting me to Oregon. I remember that. If you don't know, you know what? I'm going to put this on the YouTube, and I'm going to show you the clip. I'm going to show you the news article, Marcus Mariota saying that quote as he was a freshman coming into the organization. That's how far back it goes. But back to Pete Carroll leaving USC, taking over a terrible ass Seattle Seahawks team and just totally emerging Steeler Nation. I got no beef with Steelers. I told you first and foremost, I'm a football fan first and foremost. But I'm going to get on you in a second since you want to bring up the Steelers. Turning a program that's terrible into Russell Wilson almost could have had 3 Super Bowls in 4 seasons. That's ridiculous for a guy who was supposed to be a career backup that was too damn short. Crazy, isn't it? Now you're Steelers now. I always respect the Steelers because they don't take nobody's crap. That said, they won't be forced to pay people that they don't want to pay. You can see how often they swap out receivers. They constantly have good receivers no matter where they get them from. You manage to always have a running back. Your offensive line, you've been kind of shaky picking them up, but it's been subpar for the most part. And they forced them to get better because Big Ben's getting older and he's getting injured from scrambling so much and taking astronomical. I'm taking an amount of too many hits. And you know, a lot of those plays for these receivers to get downfield is by the ability of him scrambling. I went to Heinz Field, OC. I went there and I seen it. It's a great atmosphere. The guys I sat next to were great. I enjoyed the whole experience in Pittsburgh. Luckily, I was one of the wins I got to see. Mike Glennon beat your Pittsburgh Steelers, throwing to Vincent Jackson for the game winner. Sorry to hear that. If weed is steroid, I think tons of people be walking around looking like Terry Crews right now. Wouldn't you agree with that more? He just can't. Le'Veon Bell just can't leave the weed alone, and I think the Rooney organization is going to have a nice conversation with him and Martavis Bryant about what's more important, Ricky's weed or the NFL. Because if they got some of that Ricky weed shit, they'll retire, come when they get off the suspension. Talking about they smoke weed to get more in depth, like if you're reading the Bible, you know, you smoke weed and read the depth. I'm not making this up now. These are words strictly from Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams can come on and quote me if he wants to. These are straight from him, not me. You know me, I embellish a little bit, but I ain't embellishing that. It was amazing. The amazing game was that Raider game with David Carr was hurt and came up. The lineman helped him up, got onto the line, threw sorry about that, guys. Had a little disconnect there. David Carr threw a nice pass. Hey, Ricky. Threw a nice pass to threw a nice pass to the wide receiver number 10. Somebody help me out here. I'm having a brain fart. Threw a nice pass to him on the end route. Broke the tackle, got in the end zone, went for the win to Crabtree. It was amazing. Sunday brought back football, and with the Monday night doubleheader is going to be great too. 2 games of football on a Monday night. NFL probably going to end up being almost every day of the week. You notice that the Roberts, thank you, more. I say Roberts, number 10, that came across the middle score. NFL and college football, you notice, because college got games during the week too. So I think what they're trying to incorporate is seeing football every day of the week, keeping your mind on football. No, Cooper's 89, Dan. You're starting to see football every day of the week now. I don't know if y'all seen the Concussion movie, but the dude made a point when he was talking to Will Smith's character. He said, it's first football, then God. I said, the NFL owns the day of the week, and you don't really even think about that because, we get wrapped up in our own work lives and whatever we got going on. Sundays are kind of a relief, for guys like myself or other people, getting out there screaming, being with your buddies, tailgating, hanging out at the house. It's kind of a relief for us, Much like girls, I don't know what your relief be. Maybe going to a baby shower or going to Victoria's Secrets. Oh no, a spa for y'all. Whatever it is you do. I guess yelling, getting out our testosterone together at a game is something exciting for us, and especially for me, a guy who's played, and Moore's a guy who's played, and it makes you feel like you're playing the game, and it gives you a sense of satisfaction, especially if you get to watch a team build up and win. Rocky, go ahead with your Redskins. We got to watch them tonight. See what big money Josh Norman's going to do. Bang or bust, right? We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's exciting watching it. Let me go down the road of the games, because here I go around like just so excited. Week 1 is back. It's like Young Jeezy, welcome back. Everything's back now. Of course, the Denver and Carolina game was a hell of a game. Came down to 1 point. Cam Newton put him in the position to win the game. The kicker didn't come through. Gano hit the first one. They did the little Gates timeout thing on the kicker, and he kicked the second one. It was just wide left. So sorry, so sad. I lost the Super Bowl and lost Week 1 to the same team that you lost. He said, women grabbing Jordan, your beer, grabbing our beers during the football season. I don't know about the tell you the honest truth. Beers are $7.50 at a game. I don't really condone slapping a woman, but if you reaching over taking my $7.50 beer that I can get a 12 case. A 12 or 16 pack case for a few dollars more than what I paid for one beer, she just might get backhanded. $7.50. I refuse to buy that when I'm at the games, and I won't let anybody else buy me that because it's just highway robbery. I hear people say, "Hey, let me get 2 beers." Okay, $21. What? $16. What? I'm like, that's ridiculous. We paying all this money for 2 beers and 3 beers. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about, Alex. But anyways, of course, we just talked about the Bucs in Atlanta. If you guys are watching and you're typing me, I'll answer your questions as you're writing it, or I'll interact with you because I can see it live as you're saying it. Just for the record, I know you guys are watching. Except if you say something smart and silly like most of my buddies are, they're smart asses just like me, and I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see you. Or I might flip you the middle finger by, on a mistake. Buffalo and Baltimore, sloppy game. Two teams, Buffalo is just a disaster of injuries. Horrocks, Ryan, hopefully he can hang in there and keep his job. And the Ravens, I don't know, just trying to come back from, I don't know, been the same since Ray Rice got out of there, to be quite honest. Torrey Smith left. You're trying to replace with Bernard Perryman, who can't seem to stay on the field. The injury bug guy. I've never seen like speedster receivers. They always get injured. It's either a hamstring or a knee. Never like a shoulder or anything. Speaking of injuries, it sucks what happened to Keenan Allen and the Chargers. The Chargers got the bad luck bug. Steve, LB Brewery, I feel bad for you, man. The Chargers just got bad luck. Joey Bosa hurt himself. He couldn't play in the first game. You know why Joey Bosa couldn't play in the first game? Because he was laughing too hard and his stomach hurt. He got hurt abs, tore his abs from laughing so hard, from getting that huge contract from the San Diego Chargers, upfront money, because he felt he was a top 5 pick and he deserved that upfront money. So he was unable to play the game from laughing so hard because he got that kind of money, and we all know he ain't about to show out. And his shoulder, he tore his shoulder too from carrying the damn money out of the stadium so fast that he tore his shoulder labrum because he wanted to get out of there before they could change their minds. That's why he couldn't play. They won't tell you that update, but I saw it with my own eyes. I came from San Diego and I was there. I was in the back office. I was listening with a glass on the wall, and I heard how hard he was laughing when he got the money from the Chargers and just and ran out of there with a tore stomach and a tore shoulder labrum from laughing. And what is that? Laughing all the way to the bank is the phrase, if I'm quoting that correctly. Laughing his ass all the way to the bank with the money he just took from the Chargers. Joey Bosa. I hope your brother plays better than you because I'm going to be watching. And if he's better than you, I'm going to be dogging your ass on social media. But anyway, here I go rambling. Chicago and Houston. Big money. Your boy, who is that? Brock Osweiler, Kaka Osweiler. Finally got out there and started playing. You know, didn't look too good in preseasons. To my eyes, still didn't look too good. Played the Bears. Bears will never be anything until money stealing, laughing all the way to the bank. Jay Cutler is gone. I feel bad, Sam. That's your team. I feel bad as he's your quarterback, sucking up $22 million. I don't even want to talk about it because it annoys the crap out of me that he's sucking up $22 million. You know, I feel like y'all embedded to this fool. I'd rather take a penalty with 10 players every play than to play with 11, and that 11th player is getting $22 million and can't take a snap from the quarterback because his damn hands hurt too much from counting all the money that he just took. Running on the field, taking his, when he was in Denver, I don't know why I can't finish games. I get so weak. Heavens to Murgatroyd. I didn't know I had diabetes. I'm going to have to get shots now on the sideline. Granted, I'm not making fun of people with diabetes. That's just what happened with Jay Cutler. He didn't know he was diabetic, and he got weak during the games in Denver, so now he gets his shots now during games. You might catch it where he'll run on and he'll get a quick shot or whatever, an injection, whatever it is he needs to get. He does that now. And that's why I think kind of he looks like he's got Down syndrome sometimes, or sometimes it just looks like he just don't give a crap. Again, he's taking $22 million from me. Again, like, Bucs ain't been the best in the past couple of years, but I could be them. You know what I mean? I've waited for this moment, and I'm going to enjoy every damn last second of it. How many years Winston plays. Green Bay and Jacksonville, a game that was, I was going to say, left a lot to desire. Jacksonville played pretty well. I didn't see too much from Jalen Ramsey. I didn't watch every tape of it. A lot of these games I'm going to review and look at a couple guys and see what's going on. But Aaron Rodgers, the pass rush wasn't really there with Jacksonville, which didn't really surprise me because you paid all that money to Malik Jackson for a guy who's had, I think, a total, 13 to 15 sacks his entire career. Not one season, his entire career. He's been in the league 5 years. And he gave $92 million to a guy that produced only that amount of pressure and numbers. And I think he reaped the benefits of Von Miller and the Marcus Ware, which I hope he's got a retirement kickback from that money that goes to their account and their kids, so they can go to college unless they get their own money and play in the pros as well. But hopefully some of that money goes to them and helps them out because he got the $92 million off of Von Miller's back. It was a good game except for that last play call that Jacksonville called the wide receiver screenplay, which he wasn't smart enough, just like Terrence Williams wasn't smart enough to run out of bounds to stop the clock. In Jacksonville's case, it was just a bad play call, period. He had no chance of getting out of bounds at all and just blew the game. But we'll see what the future brings. Aaron Rodgers is going to need help. I think he had to scramble too much and buy too much time because his receivers couldn't get open. Again, we'll see how that goes. San Diego and Kansas City. Kansas City came back and won. I kind of called that when they were up 21-0. I think in the second or first quarter. I saw that coming. So it doesn't surprise me that Kansas City came back in such an honorable fashion in overtime to win. I kind of see that coming. A lot of Andy Reid's teams are real resilient, and they come back from the fourth quarters to win games. Shit, I've been rambling on. It's a lot of time to come by. Just so excited that week 1 is back. Aren't you? Philly pulled out a win over a terrible Cleveland. Tennessee left a desire playing Minnesota. Since Minnesota didn't have to score an offensive touchdown, Mariota took care of that for him. Bucs fan, what was that I heard week 1 last year? We should have took Mariota. Is that what I heard? Alex, I know you wanted Mariota. I know you're watching me right now. I know you can't say nothing back, but you wanted him. I'm looking right at you. You wanted Mariota, just like Dirk Cutter did. Seattle and Miami. Seattle managed to pull off an ugly-ass win, but in my book, a win's a win. I've been on the other side of a lot of ugly-ass losses. Dallas and the Giants, Dak Prescott's debut. They lost, but they don't want to give Dak Prescott no. Yeah, I knew he was going to respond. I wanted one or the other. Don't pull back now. You said you wanted Mariota. Giants pulled out a win over that because Terrence Williams didn't know where the out-of-bounds marker is. He didn't know they moved it back another 5 yards. I'm not going to blame him. I blame the officials for moving it when the play was going. He didn't see it. Detroit and Indianapolis. Another slugfest. No defense out there playing. Looked like much like a flag football game with a 39-35 score. Matt Stafford came out yelling at his receivers. They're making a lot of dumb plays and a lot of dumb decisions. He had to set them straight, and they came forward to win in the last seconds of the game. We all know you're going to hear it several times. The New England and Arizona story. New England pulling out a win. Jimmy Garoppolo throwing bombs and shaking and baking like Aaron Rodgers back in the day. Pulling out a victory over Arizona, which we got to play next week. In my understanding, Teron Matthews is hurt, so that's one less guy we got to worry about. Thanks, New England. You hooked me up with that New England clam chowder. Giving that clam chowder to Teron Matthews, knocking him out for next week's game. My dog. And we play Arizona at home, at their house. I don't get to see my Bucs play till week 3. So I appreciate you guys watching the live stream. It's always fun doing these things. I wish some of you guys would, be more interactive. I know you like looking at me and all, but I appreciate it. And as always, I come to you guys for more advice. And let me know. You guys play my Buccaneer song. I pushed it up to some people in the One Buck Place. See if I can get it played at home games from my homeboy, Nuke Boy, Anthony. We got to get you down here in Buccaneer Palace down here and get you a little show going and see how it goes. Talk some football with you. Once again, thanks, guys, and I'll end this. I always end it. Yes, Wager, it's all about Jameis Winston and the Crabblakes. I'm just kidding. I'm going to end this as I always do. You're the master of everything you do with your life. What you do with it is entirely up to you. God be safe out there, and God bless.
From my team, go Bucs, go Bucs. You know we want the ring. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Welcome to the Bay. Go Bucs, go Bucs. With Buccaneer play.
And we still East Coast. Yeah.
Whoa. You already know it's good morning.
This Nuke boy scaring niggas like a Ouija board. Seeing is believing, honestly, I can't see you boys. Best of the Bay, I roll up and blow my verses away. They wanna know how I do it, they've been lurking for days. Still haven't figured a nigga out. Smoking out on the couch with real niggas, man, I feel like a scout. Cause all I do is trap bitches, train them up for you niggas. They come back every day and say they done with you niggas. I talk a lot of shit, but mean it in the best way. I don't fuck with you niggas, I read you like an x-ray. I can see a lot of bitch in you from your display. Watch the nuke drop from above versus DK. Your body like Miley Cyrus, nobody's just zombie virus. Mind you, I'm just a pirate, smoking get high like pilots. Man, a couple grand, I bury them in the sand. Son of Saddam, I'm bombing on niggas like it's Iran. Swoosh, yeah. I feel like Nike gave me a deal. I'm on the road, just cruising like like 4 wheels. I'm a flywheel made of indestructible steel. My power can't be controlled. I'm undertaking your soul. My chokehold sick like catching a cold. Got that medication, good weed with redefined gravitation. OG, I take off with no hesitation. I'm stacking up while you hating. And most women love me like fornication. I feel I'm real. I was on 22nd and late with the spill and some more. Saw the cops had to go. 40 seconds later, niggas rolled up, said you know. Snub nose to my dome, I was sweating the cold. Damn, I lost all my shit. My girl said get a grip, I lost all my grip. No hooks, nigga, look, if you leave your shit, I'ma take what you left, my 16s or this. It don't take much just to get your chick to strip, but that's another story. Had her on them blues, now I call her Dory. I'm on the corner with a 40 in a new category, it's new. Blow up the city and rebuild it. TV fitted, you know I killed it. Saw the house, the shit just got real and we just filmed it.